that this country is at risk of being mocked, at risk of being isolated in the Committee of Nations. We have a president who has gone everywhere seeking, appealing for investors, appealing for cooperation. There is no investor, honestly so, who would want to invest in a country that does not respect our own laws, left alone the constitution of that country. If our judiciary is so dragged into legalizing illegalities, there is a very huge concern. Mr. President and his advisors, his economic team, should rise up. They should see this as a clarion call to save this country, Nigeria. There is always a time for governance and also a time for politics. This is the time for governance and not politics. On the streets of Rivers State, the Rivers people are united behind the governor that they elected. The Rivers people are united in rejecting the illegal members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, former. Therefore, it should not be heard, neither should it be seen, that there are persons using authorities of governance to perpetuate illegality in Rivers State. We should also be aware that the peace of this country revolves around the peace of every entity, therefore. If, for whatever gains, for whatever reason, people are encouraged to mess with the peace of Rivers State, I do not know how that will affect the other components. As members of the People's Democratic Party, there are precedents, and that is what we have stated. Damagun should not continue. He should cede that position to the area that it rightly belongs to. The rains have come too early, but rather than raise our hands and complain, we will use the rains to water our fields. And the yield would be very bounteous. The ruling party should, as a matter of necessity, allow dissenting voices so that they can guard them, so that they can encourage them to do better than what they are doing today. We all are aware of the hardship. It knows no color, it knows no party. They should not continue to encourage this brigandage, this rascality. It is our opinion that Mr. President will do the needful. It is our opinion that the judiciary should also stand up to protect its integrity. The National Judicial Council should be alive to its responsibility to discipline whoever wants to bring disrespect to that revered arm of government.
Rightly said. we are calling on the governors of the People's Democratic Party, because all of us, the lawmakers elected on the platform of PDP, are saying the same thing. Damagun should please exit and allow the North Central to take back their rightful position, because it is not going to be extended by the time it expires in the next 2 years. Secondly, you cannot change the rule of the game in the center of the game or when the game is about to be over. The chairmen whose tenure are about to expire in Rivers were elected by the people of Rivers State. They were not elected by the courts. And they were elected on terms, and they were sworn in with a definite term lag, which is 3 years, I'm sure. So please, we are begging the judiciary not to cause chaos in Rivers. The right thing should be done. Thank you, gentlemen of the press.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Just to add to some of what my colleagues have already said, there is no country that practices democracy that can work without a formidable, effective, and efficient opposition. And that is why, as opposition lawmakers coalitions, we are here to revive and ensure that the opposition wake up and stand for its role, for its role to play as an opposition. We cannot continue the way the opposition have been. And you will agree with me today that a lot of reformation is taking place by the ruling party. For some of us that are here, that are very progressive in nature, have agreed to some of this reformation, but the timing of this reformation, I think it is not coming to Nigeria with the ease that is expected. For example, the removal of the fuel subsidy have put a lot of hardship of Nigerians. Go to all the nooks and crannies, you see our people biting their fingers, even for what to eat. And today we wake up, there is also removal of subsidy on the electric tariff. Democracy is for the people. We cannot continue without consultation and the right timing of reformations. PDP, as an opposition party, we are calling as an opposition lawmakers. That is our role, to come up and provide solution. We are not here to lament or to murmur. We are here to provide an alternative. We are here to say that the opposition have to wake up, stand to its role, and play its role as an opposition, and make Nigerians benefit from the dividends of democracy. Thank you.
They do like, you don't agree.